I've lived, gone to school, and worked in Pittsburgh for the past 40 years. I'm part of this community. I run into my clients all the time. I'm here to represent them, to help them as part of the community, and do my job to make their lives as best as I can. I can't replace what's been taken from them in an injury, but I can get them compensation, and it makes me feel good to be able to help my friends and my neighbors and their friends and their loved ones when they need me. I grew up in South Philly. It was a working class Italian neighborhood, and it gave me the opportunity to meet people with different cultural backgrounds. My dad had his own small business, and my mom was a typical 1960s homemaker. And I grew up in a house living with my grandparents, my mom's parents. They took care of my brother and me, and they looked out for us. It was a good family environment. I started grade school earlier than I should have. I skipped second grade, and I went to a junior high school that had a program where you took 7th and 8th grades together. So ultimately, I ended up graduating high school when I was 15. It was a difficult experience because, you know, in terms of maturity level, I was 3 years younger than everyone else, and physically, compared to my peers, I couldn't compete. And my parents always wanted their sons to be doctors, so I started off aspiring to become a physician. And I went, at the age of 15, I went to college at the University of Pennsylvania, which is an Ivy League school in Philadelphia. But I didn't get into med school the first time that I tried. So I went to Northwestern University in Chicago, Illinois, at the medical school campus, and I got a master's in public health from Northwestern. And then I moved to Pittsburgh in 1983 to attend medical school at Pitt. My first experience is just like everyone else. I had to fly out here for the med school tour and visit, and just like everyone else, my first view of Pittsburgh is coming through the Fort Pitt tunnels, and it opens up into this beautiful downtown area. And it was a very beautiful, nice city and it's convenient to get around in. It's not this sprawling metropolis where it takes you an hour and a half to get from one side to the other. My brother is an internationally known physician. I was following in his footsteps, and it just took some time for me to realize that wasn't for me. So I took a year off, and I actually worked for Pitt in the biochemistry lab, and then I got accepted into law school at Pitt. And my second year in law school, I got a job working at a major law firm downtown doing plaintiff's personal injury work. I met the twins through another member of the bar, and we started collaborating on cases, and we became friends. And when I was ready to leave my former law firm, I spoke with them, and we decided a business relationship would be mutually beneficial for all three of us. And since then, we've worked together as friends and business partners, growing our practice to 7 lawyers and thousands of people we've helped over the years. The twins are somewhat shorter in stature, and people who see me on billboards think that I'm over 6 feet tall. I'm actually 5'9". So generally when we're out in public, people don't recognize me. We've even gone to hockey games together, and someone said, Shenderovich, where's Fishman? I'm like, what? I'm right here. What's up? My kids were born in Pittsburgh, and they grew up, and they both still live here. I'm very proud of both of my kids. My younger daughter is a chef, and she works at a restaurant owned by a friend of mine. And my older daughter is in the advertising industry. She's actually, she works for an international advertising agency. When I was a kid, I was always the youngest, or shortest, fattest kid in class. And of course, kids being what they were, I got bullied all the time. But that had an effect on me, because now I perceive the insurance companies, and to a certain extent some defense lawyers, as bullies. And I represent my clients because I'm standing up against the bullies on their behalf. So I'm able to protect them. That's my job. They don't fight fair. They have thousands of minion attorneys, and they have billions of dollars to spend. And I'm standing up for the injured person, the guy or the woman who's been hurt due to someone else's carelessness and negligence. So if I can use my skills to help them fight the bullies on the other side, the insurance company, and be satisfied with getting them the maximum possible recovery, that makes me happy, and it gives me a purpose in life to help others. These are people who are broken. Their bodies have been broken as the result of someone else's negligence. And I can't make them whole. All I can do is to try to get them money to pay for the treatment that they need to make them more comfortable. They're not going to have to stress out about putting food on the table. They're not going to have to stress out when the kids need new shoes. And if the kids want to go to college, the money's there. So it means a lot to me to be able to help people in that way.